Hello, welcome to the weather update. It has been an eventful day again for certain areas of Long Island, and quite a huge storm popped up over Northport and it looks like East Northport, Huntington, and the North Shore of Suffolk County. Just to our east, this thing just blew up. There were a couple of storms actually that wound up blowing up and causing some really significant flooding. And we're going to go look at the radar rewind. We'll show you exactly when these storms popped up. So around 11:30 to noon o'clock, noon o'clock, you could see this a severe storm here forming here. Quite a strong storm. Produced a lot of rain, and it wasn't moving very fast. Here we are, 12 o'clock. Here we are, 12:30. It's still sitting over, looks like Northport and Huntington, basically. Here we are, 12:30, 12:40. Now we have two separate cells here. All right, one cell over Huntington, another cell out over, moving out toward Port Jefferson. All right. Here we are, 1:10. It's still pouring in Huntington. The cell is still sitting there. Again, there isn't much in the atmosphere, upper air currents, to move these things along. So it's just sitting there. And that cell fades around 1:40. And then another one winds up popping up toward a little after 3 o'clock. Here we go again. Same spot. Huntington got nailed again with this cell. All right. So, and then here you go. Here's another one here. 4:30, still going. All right. 4:50, 5 o'clock. It finally moves on. Now, earlier on, there was also a cell, I think, out over the East End, too. Not mistaken. Yes, there was one around 9 this morning. 8 this morning. There was another one that actually, this one actually wound up hitting part of, yeah, let's rewind this all the way back. It actually blew up just to our east. This was 5 o'clock, all right? So Plainview got in on some rain, too. Here we are, 5:30 in the morning. Forgot about this one. This one also wound up hitting Huntington around 6 a.m. here, and then moving along the North Shore again. So the North Shore really just got drenched. And you can see this one, though, was a little bigger, and it managed to get Suffolk County north of Route 25. So part of the Pine Barrens actually got some rain from this, some heavy rain. Here it is over Route 112, north of Route 25, and here you go. Look at that, right over the Pine Barrens there. Really nice storm right there, right around 7 o'clock here, hitting the Pine Barrens almost entirely north of the LA. So most of the areas, northern part of the Pine Barrens, or at least the northern half of it, wound up getting a good amount of rain from this cell here. So these spotty showers helped alleviate the drought in some areas. And looked like there was one over the South Shore, too, that actually developed, too. Here's one over 8 o'clock. Moving 8 o'clock here. Trying to get, it didn't quite make it to West Hampton, but at least we actually wound up doing better with the rain today than we did yesterday. But here in Nassau County, we were pretty much high and dry. All the action kind of passed us by, and quite incredible. We go to the National Weather Services page now, and we have a video of a tornadic waterspout on the Long Island Sound here between... Here you go. Look at this. Check this out. Between Orient Point and New London this afternoon. Look at that. That's a tornado over water right there. Right over the ocean. Look at that. That's incredible.
Rennie,
that's
very,
incredible
very
right there.
Check
that out, man. That
in not too long.
Is incredible. Tornadic waterspout out east. So yeah, quite a storm. You know, some of the areas got a lot of action. But all we saw here in Nassau County were those billowing cumulonimbus clouds. Here's one of the ones I saw this afternoon here. Look at that, a billowing cumulonimbus cloud. This was the afternoon storm that popped up over Huntington Station. All right, here's another look at it. Huge storm here. You can see, look at the anvil, quite beautiful. And then this evening, you could still see the cumulonimbus clouds off to the north there. This was taken from the South Shore. There's one right there. And then this one as well, which I actually saw a little bit of lightning coming out of. This is around 7:30. And then you can see this was actually the dry front. These clouds were marking the dry front, and the dew points are coming down now as a result. So pretty crazy stuff. News 12 finally cover this crazy storm, and we're going to actually play the video from them. Fast-moving storm caused... Actually, it's not a fast-moving storm. That's the problem. It was slow-moving. So we're going to play this video here, and if it would play, that would be great. The internet has been very, very slow at times today. I don't know why, but you can see this doesn't want to play. Come on. Did we just lose internet here? Yep, it seems like we're having problems with the internet. Tremendous today. Tremendous problems with the internet. So we may have to pause this video because the internet seems to have gone down, or at least News 12 has gone down. Well, here we go. Very slow.
This was on the North Shore and some of these spots that had all that heavy rainfall, with a look at how we're dealing with some of the flooding that happened earlier. Hey, Darius.
Well, there was...
Northport got slammed.
Now, there was some wild weather that turned Main Street here into a fast-moving instant river, not once but twice. You can see some of the damage left behind to the street here from the first storm, pulling up this pavement that road crews will have to repair later. Now, take a look at the video we got from News 12 viewer Jennifer Kelly, who shot this from downtown Northport. It was like a torrent river. I also got this video from Claudia Recupero, who also shot this from her office window just up the hill. She told me that the rain came down quickly and the water on the street moved so fast they were worried about the cars.
A lot of that water is going right into the Long Island Sound.
We did get a really bad rainstorm probably a month ago or so, but it wasn't this bad.
The girls were worried about their cars because they park on the front. I park on the side over here, and they thought they were going to roll down the street. And over the years, cars have moved from the storm.
Now, as soon as the rain quickly moved out, the sun moved in, and so did workers cleaning up the debris left behind by the storm. Now, but they only had a brief opportunity before another storm popped up this afternoon. There was some flooding here again, but not as bad as earlier. In addition to the damaged pavement here on Church Street, the village administrator told me that a car was swamped, that water did get inside the car. In Northport, Darius Radzius.
So you can see the craziness going on. Let's go take a look at the satellite here. Let's see if 96 out. I don't know if this is going to show. No, I'm going to have to go a little more than that. I think we're going to have to go more like maybe 150 frames to show you what was going on when these storms popped up so you can watch. There they go, right there. You can see them right there. And then there's the other one going. And then just, you could all this activity going. And there was a lot of storms in central Connecticut too. But again, the South Shore... just completely avoided it again. Unbelievable. Not much rain. The South Shore needs rain badly. So let's go take a look at our current conditions outside, and we're going to, of course, look at those rainfall totals as well. Now, the dew points have dropped. It was very humid all day, but you see the dew points have now dropped into the mid-60s. Winds have shifted off to the north and northwest now. So you see that drop in the dew point here. We can look at Farmingdale, 79 with a dew point of 63. West-northwest wind, bringing in the drier air. If we go look at the observations here from Farmingdale, you will see it was much more humid earlier with dew points around 70 degrees. Temperatures generally in the low to mid-80s. You can see thunder was being reported at certain times from storms that were around in the vicinity. But again, just... you can see the dew points coming down as the winds went to the west-northwest this evening. But, again, not much rain. Not much rain in Farmingdale, all right? So we'll look at our high temperatures today. It's not really what I'm interested in, though. I'm really interested in the rainfall. But we'll look at the high temperatures first. You'll see highs were generally in the mid-80s. A couple of 90s popped up in central Nassau County, of course. And then probably let's see how it was in New Jersey. Probably mid-80s there, too, yeah. Okay, so now this is where it gets interesting. This is where we're going to look at the precipitation. Actually, I could do this. I don't have to go to the historical. Go to precipitation, and I could just change this to, let's go to 24-hour precipitation. All right, and you can see where, and we're going to look at underground too, because they have more sites. But you can see most of us left high and dry, but look at the North Shore, though. Some of these storms wound up dropping a lot of rain over these areas. So it looks like 1.40. I think there's higher reports than that. 1.44, 1.10, 1.60 around Port Jefferson Station, Terryville, 1.01 around Miller Place, 0.71 in Miller Place. So see certain parts of the Pine Barrens wound up getting some much-needed rainfall. All right. North Shore, North Fork around north of Riverhead there, 1.30 inches. But you can see when you get toward the South Shore, barely anything. Now, Connecticut also wound up getting a lot of storms tonight. So let's see how they did with rainfall And it looks like they wound up getting a decent amount of rain, too, out of this. So some areas 3.30 near Waterbury. So some areas of central Connecticut wound up getting some help from the drought. Rhode Island, too. And there was some storms also that were impacted New England, finally. So it helped their drought, too. Take a look at some of these numbers here that we have here in southeastern Massachusetts. 4.26 around Taunton, 1.75. So you can see in the inland areas here, you wind up getting a decent amount here. Western Cape, too, getting a decent amount of rain, as well as the Cape itself. Not every area on the Cape, but look at Provincetown there, 1.13. So they got some help in southeastern New England. They're in better shape. Now we're just waiting for our turn here on Long Island. Again, it's the North Shore that keeps getting it. The South Shore needs the rain more. The drought is much more severe there. Let's go to underground right now, and we'll look at the precipitation over here, because this will have more rainfall numbers for us. And you can see and central Nassau too. We are just dry as a bone here. Nothing in Mineola. All the action was just off to our east. Again, you can see Plainview getting into it a little bit there, 0.59. But yeah, here we go. There's one report here. We don't know if these could be confirmed. 4.4 inches of rain in South Huntington there. Green Lawn, 4.48 inches of rain. So some of these areas really wound up getting pounded with the rain. 1.28 in Cold Spring Harbor. Downtown Huntington, 1.29. And we move into Northport. Look at that, 2.34, 2.74, 2.37. 3.96 in Centerport, 3.77. So the North Shore really got, again, but then you go to Eaton's Neck and it's not nearly as much, only 0.30. Fort Salonga also getting in on the action. Look at this, Northport, East Northport there, over 3 to 2 inches. Again, these just incredible amounts of rain in these small areas. 3.69 in Elwood, but look at that, not a drop in Comac. Deer Park, not a drop. Dry as a bone in Deer Park. Didn't make it to Deer Park. Did make it over Nissaquag, Smithtown, St. James. Look at that, 1.63. Stony Brook, around 1.5 inches. Kind of fizzled a little bit when it got to Port Jeff a little bit. And then we follow further east here. Suffolk County, you see once you get north of Middle Country Road, you get those half-inch amounts to 3/4 inch amounts. Then once you get east of Route 112, you start seeing about an inch here. So here we go, an inch of rain, a little over an inch of rain over here, all right? Rocky Point Preserve, getting in on some of it probably. There's no stations there, but probably a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch in Rocky Point. Here's a 1.19 rating. This is pretty close to where we did that hike. We were in Rocky Point. So the Pine Barrens, Rocky Point got some rain, some significant rain today, 1.33 as well as there. I mean, these are the main Pine Barrens I go to, so I'm pretty happy about it. 0.84 around Lake Panamoka there, Wading River, 1.11, 1.29. So this whole area of the Pine Barrens here, including probably the EPCAL area, hopefully got in on. There's no station at EPCAL. Some of these stations are not reporting anything. This one reported 0.18, but I'm leading to believe it's more like 0.84. Incredible amounts of rain in some of these areas. 1.19 again. So the Pine Barrens did get in on some rain, but once you go south, here we go, nothing. All right, we got 0.34 in Manorville, but this is barely anything. 0.37, that little cell that, who knows if it gave West Hampton anything. It's showing 0 over there. So some areas got into it, 0.64 around Riverhead, and then as you get into the North Fork, you got over an inch as well, over an inch in some of these areas here on the North Fork, and depending on where you are, it's very spotty. You can see it's not consistent. Some areas get a lot of rain, and some areas barely get anything. It was very, very spotty. Very spotty. So, yeah, really just weirdness today with the weather once again. Just complete weirdness. And that's because News 12 leaves fast-moving. It's not a fast-moving storm. That's the point. It was a slow-moving storm. And it sat over the area and kept popping in the same general area. So that's what caused it. And it caused problems on the train, too. We'll go over that briefly. 15 to 20-minute weather-related signal delays east of Huntington on the Port Jefferson branch, though it affected the Huntington train, too, as well. Here we go. There were weather-related signal troubles on the Huntington line, no doubt, due to all this stuff going on here. 327 from due to Penn Station 10. So and it looks like so that's what happened 6 hours ago. So yeah, that's what you have here. All right, that's nothing else that we need to see there. So again, just an eventful day today. Really crazy with the storms popping, depending on where you were. But it all depended on where you were, whether you got into the action or not. And that is really what is the most interesting thing of it all, really. Depending on where you were, some areas just got absolutely nothing out of it. Really, really weird stuff. And yeah, if I do this, it's gonna saying it's all it's gonna tell me. But yeah, pretty crazy stuff. And again, if we look at the actual stations here, like Islip, for instance, you'll see. If we look at the actual stations here, like Islip, it'll just say thunderstorm in vicinity. They didn't really get any rain there, so it'll just say thunderstorm in vicinity, mostly cloudy, thunderstorm in vicinity. And then the clouds kind of broke up as we got toward the afternoon a little bit. But yeah, pretty impressive to say the least. And again, it's just crazy. I mean, to see this. Let's go to the Motus satellite again. We'll show you what it looked like again. This is sort of like what it looked like in the afternoon here, or in the morning probably. Look at that, all that convection going on. And we had a lot of cumulus congestus sitting over the middle of the island. You could see that. So yeah, pretty incredible. And then as we got later on, we got a little more clear sky, so we're able to really view these just beautiful cumulonimbus clouds. They're absolutely, that, my friends, is a beauty. But let's get talking about what we have to come, obviously. And Texas has had terrible flooding too as well. Let's just go to the current radar. I'll show you what's going on right now. I think things have quieted down, but we'll go ahead and take a look and see if anything is going on right now. Yeah, things have quieted down quite a bit, but it was pretty stormy earlier. So let's go to the models here. Unfortunately, now we are gonna have, fortunately or unfortunately, we have fair weather building in. You can see this weak high building in, and our next chance of rain won't be until the Friday into the weekend with another cold front that's going to try to come through, and it might get hung up, so we might have some slight chances for rain with that. But other than that, I mean, it's just not going to be much, not what we need. Again, depending on where you were today, you got hit, but those storms that hit the North Shore, we really needed them in the middle of the island. We really needed them in the Pine Barrens, and we really needed them on the South Shore. And they didn't hit us, unfortunately. Tomorrow, fairly clear, though. It does pop up a few scattered, isolated showers and thunderstorms over Connecticut. Other than that, you can see not a whole lot going on at all whatsoever. Let's go look at our dew points, because this is where the change is occurring. You see northwest winds coming in. That brings in drier air, so dew points tomorrow will be lower. It actually brings the dew points down into the 50s perhaps tomorrow, so much lower dew points with that westerly flow, and then that sea breeze comes in the afternoon, probably causing the dew points to go back up again. For Thursday, we'll also have northwest winds, and then eventually becoming southerly in the afternoon. But the dew points will be lower, but it will be hotter, because that wind will be more off the land. So as you get to tomorrow, you'll see highs upper 80s, maybe even close to 90 on Long Island, probably 90 in New Jersey. Lows, obviously, at night not dropping back that much. And then for Thursday is going to be pretty hot. Probably highs around 90 on Long Island and over 90 in New Jersey. But the humidity will be lower at least. And then if we want to go beyond that and look at the GFS, we'll go and take a look at our dew points as we head into here's Thursday and here's tomorrow. All right. But as we go into Friday, you'll see dew points start coming up, more of that southerly flow. And you can see this front, that's a weak front that's going to try to make it through, but it's probably going to get hung up. And then here we are on Sunday, back, and we're pretty much back in the humidity once we get toward the weekend, unfortunately. On Friday and the weekend, the humidity will be back. But unfortunately, when it comes to total rainfall predictions here, you can see not much going on. Maybe some chances as we get toward the weekend, but we'll have to see. So let's go take a look at our temperatures here as we head into the weekend here. So Friday, you'll see here we are, 90 in New Jersey. Maybe a sea breeze on Long Island keeps it, but in New Jersey, you're going to be dealing with more 90s. Probably a good old heat wave again, another 5-day heat wave. They'll probably be able to string together a 90-degree heat wave. Probably 5-day heat wave in Jersey starting tomorrow. So let's go take a look at the skies. And you will see the skies tomorrow should be, all right, here we are for Wednesday. You see we have a mostly sunny sky for tomorrow. So we should have a nice clear sky. Maybe some scattered cumulus. Thursday also should be fairly clear. Friday we might be dealing with a few more clouds in the morning, but then clearer by the afternoon. And then for the weekend, not showing a lot of clouds, just a few clouds here and there. So there'll be plenty of sunshine. So those of you who did get the rain today, enjoy it, because now we're going to be dealing with more sunshine again. And at least I think the fire danger, at least in a good part of the Pine Barrens, at least in part that's north of the LIE, has been reduced by these rains today. But the southern part still kind of remains vulnerable. So here we are at Wednesday, and you can see fairly clear skies. Maybe some cumulus popping up later on. And then for Thursday, also fairly clear skies as well. And then again, still popping up some cumulus, and could be isolated shower thunderstorm. Here we are for Friday with more cirrus around on this model. So, busy day today. We had a lot going on again with the weather. And again, just amazing with these rainfall amounts here. 3.61 by the Northport VA Hospital. Man, I wish that was over the Pine Barrens. But, at least the Pine Barrens got something out of it. Like I said, 1.33 in Middle Island. That's right next to Rocky Point. So Rocky Point got into some good rains, and I'm thinking this area did too here. Unfortunately, there's no station at Calverton. And I know there's a station at BNL, but you can see once you get to the south, the airport got nothing. So it's all north of the LIE. But hopefully some of this made this into Robert Cushman Murphy, as well as the EPCAL area. But as you get here, I think these stations are malfunctioning. So I'm thinking this area wound up getting it. There's one more thing we could do and look at the accumulation precipitation. We could possibly pull a radar. I don't know if they offer that feature. A radar. Let's see if they offer that. If we can change this to precipitation, or we have storm total precipitation. So maybe we can use this. This will kind of show you. Yeah, you can see where all that heavy stuff occurred. But everywhere else, well, there's some smatterings over the Pine Barrens here. But the South Shore is pretty much avoided it here. So yeah, this is a pretty crappy resolution map too, by the way. But it gives you an idea of where the heaviest rain fell. North Shore again. We need it here. The problem is that sea breeze, that ocean influence, it keeps the air more stable over here, and you get the North Shore always gets hit because this is where it's hotter. This is where the sea breeze front's set up, and this is where the rising air sets in. So yeah, what a day today with the weather again, and we'll see as we head into tomorrow, but at least enjoy some nice weather, though it will be on the hot side. At least the humidity will be a little lower, but it's still going to be hot. So, but hey, we'll have to see. But again, just be careful out there, again, because a lot of us are still in the drought. North Shore, maybe not, obviously, anymore, but most of us, south of Route 25 here, are still suffering with this horrible drought. So thank you for watching. Have a good night.